ZU Yi got 0.39. I would be really interested to see if anybody can beat 0.39 on a 4-pad. We're getting into territory where we kind of need to make a decision soon before we need to start resetting records.
You can see the aura radiating off of Chris Mills as he walks back to the
Come on, dude, he's earned it, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the 6th episode of the Millisecond podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Mills. I am with one of your other hosts, Dylan Miller. Dylan, how's your weekend been?
It was pretty good, man. I went to the Rocky Mountain Championship. I caught the dub. That's the third regional in the U.S. that I've won this year. I didn't get a chance to win Westerns. I was really hoping to win all 4 that I went to, but, I won that comp regardless. It wasn't amazing 3x3 wise. I got 579 in round 2, and I had counting 5-3 after solo 2. So I got 5-3, 4-8, and then just like 6-0, 6-0, which was like pretty annoying. I didn't do great in head-to-head either. I took it as a opportunity to prepare for nationals coming up, and I didn't do great, counted to 7, but I clutched BPA on last, so I can't be too mad about it. It was like 6.4 average. Besides that though, I got mega PRs, double PRs, average 33.75, and then singles finally sub 30. First time I've beaten my mega PRs since November 2023, dude, which is like insane.
Let's go.
And then 5x5 double PRs. I got my first ever sub 50 single and a 54 average, which is PR by like a pretty decent bit.
I think you broke my PR average with that one. I think I was ahead of you, but I've still got you on single, but I've got close to I've got close to beating that average. I think low 50s is possible for me if I solve 5x5 outside of competitions.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Yeah. But I also had a competition, and I just didn't do great. No PRs. Really cool competition though. It was called the New Zealand Cubing Decathlon. And if you're familiar with the decathlon format in athletics, it's very similar. You've got 10 events, and you get point. What the hell? My books just fell off my bookcase. That was so cursed. Okay, anyway, we've got 10. We had 10 events, a whole range of events, including events I absolutely suck at, like multiply and 7x7. And you got points based on your best result in those events across any rounds. And we had like a projector in the background showing like the points throughout the entirety of the competition. And last year at this competition, I got 2nd, and this year I fell off and I got 5th in the decathlon because I kind of suck in most of those events now, like 7x7 and Pyraminx, and one-handed. Last year I got my like crazy sub 10 average, but super fun, like all-rounder format. I'm just not really much of an all-rounder anymore, so yeah, didn't really do great there. I also, like, my 3x3 was feeling like so bad, and then I had to borrow somebody else's, and then I ended up doing like a little swap with him to then have the cube, so it's now mine now, which is good because all my 3x3s suck right now. So shout out Nick. But yeah, that's basically it, kind of what I've done since last episode, just that comp. But next week I'm going to Samoa Nationals and Fiji Nationals. So Pacific Island competitions. There's never been comps in these countries before. So that's going to be really fun. Super fun traveling experience, going to a sort of place I've never been to before, like those island countries. So I'm excited for that.
Real quick, shout out to my boy, Jacob Noakes. He set up my cubes as well at the competition. So, I just had to throw that in there. Shout out my boy.
So over the weekend, we didn't have too much going on, but we did have 2x2 world record single that was broken. It was actually broken twice. Somebody got 0.41. I forgot the name. I believe it was a Hong Kong competitor. And then ZU Yi, the former 2x2 world champion, got 0.39. And I think we've got a really scuffed video here that we found on YouTube. And it looks pretty clean, and it's crazy. Like 0.39, from what I've heard, the solution had like a double move in it as well. Like it had a U2. So it was a 4-mover, but there was a double move. So it's not even like an optimal 2x2 scramble. So 0.39 on that is crazy. and Yiheng was at this comp, but I'm pretty sure he was in a different group because he got like a 0.8 on that solve. So bit of a shame for him to not have a chance, but he's had some good scrambles before, and he's never really been able to like pull out these crazy singles. So 0.39, shout out ZU. Haven't really seen much of him since Worlds, so cool to see him get a world record.
Yeah, most definitely. 2x2 single is funny, but yeah, it's always cool to see a WR get broken.
I don't know. We love a bit of 2x2 single shenanigans. I've got what's your 2x2 PR single, Dylan?
You know what? Maybe this is why I don't care about 2x2 single. It's I got a 5 mover a while ago and I got 101 on it. But yeah, I think my current PR is 102, 107.
So you don't have a sub 1?
No.
That mate. You gotta step up your 2x2 single game. You gotta.
Yeah.
I've been to so many comps now. I keep on getting easy scrambles. So my PR5 single is 0.71. And it's like I keep on getting these crazy scrambles, and because I got like a good single ages ago, whenever I see a good scramble, I've not got like the nerves in my mind of like, oh, what if I mess this up? Because it's 2x2 single. Like I got a sub 1, and once I got a sub 1, I was kind of like, okay, cool, I've ticked that box. And now I get these like 4 movers, 5 movers, 6 movers. I don't think I've had a 4 mover, but I've had 5 movers and 6 movers, and I'm just like, oh yeah, let's just go all out. And every time I try and go all out on them, it somehow works. But this WR single, it's kind of made me think a little bit about the whole 4-pad discussion. Because a few years ago, when the G5 timers came out, the first timers with the 4-pad, the only timers of the 4-pad mode, I remember coming up with a little challenge with my mates. This was way back in 2021. Where we would try and beat the 2x2 WR single, but we're using 4-pad mode. So you're allowed to pick the easiest 4 mover, which for me is just sexy. I think that's the fastest one I can execute, and then try and do it on 4-pad mode. And back then, I couldn't get better than like 0.45. So I would be really interested to see if anybody can beat 0.39 on 4-pad, because now if we're switching to 4-pad, we might have to start thinking about resetting some sort of rankings. And the longer this goes on, 2x2 like average is what, 0.88 at the moment. That's definitely beatable in 4-pad. But if somebody gets like a 0.7 average, like Yiheng got with sliding, I don't know. We're getting into territory where we kind of need to make a decision soon before we need to start resetting records when we switch, if we switch.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I view 4-pad, because I've had some pretty extensive experience with it in PSL and whatnot, is like, I truly don't know if it makes that big of a difference. I think also I'm kind of delusional in the sense that I think if you give me the 4 mover, I could do it on 4-pad. But I mean, I think that's just me being a little silly. Yeah, I mean, like I said, 2x2 single is kind of silly and funny. So if we just reset 2x2 single WR. Sorry to my boy here, but like,
no,
it's worth it it's for the greater good, dude. Like, I mean, come on, 2x2 single at the end of the day, whatever. So,
yeah, but yeah, I think even like we talked about Yiheng and using 4-pad in Monkey League, we saw him kind of struggle with that, and it's got to the point where a timer start, like, I think, what would you say 4-pad adds to the time? Like maybe like 0.1, 0.15.
If you're
something
good,
like that?
0. If
you're good, 0, yeah.
Yeah, if you're good, 0, which is like, I think what everyone will eventually trend towards.
But if
in my experience, it ends up being closer to like less than 0.1 max.
Yeah, but if you're comparing it to like the optimal but illegal timer starts in 2-pad mode,
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's about 0.1, 0.15. Like we've seen Yiheng after the sliding controversy kind of master the art of an optimal legal but optimal timer start. And it makes sense to do that. Like the regulations allow you to start the timer almost in a slightly sketchy way and stop the timer in a kind of sketchy way. So if you're at a top level and you can get like a 3.1 second improvement, why wouldn't you take it, especially in an event like 2x2?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, there's a lot of gray area in the regs, and there's actually expressly written that you can't use frame by frame on timer stops, which is I think the biggest benefit of implementing 4pad, because we talked a lot about sliding, but there's kind of reverse sliding where the cube is literally in your hand as you're doing the last move, and it happens all so fast in real time. It's like impossible to tell accurately whether or not it's a legal stop or not. And 4pad just solves all of this. Like it's way more worth it just to implement 4pad.
Yeah, and I think like when they made that frame by frame announcement, last year now, where they said they'd allow it to kind of stop sliding, they explicitly stated they weren't going to use it for timer stops. And to me, that kind of seemed like a band-aid fix, like, all right, we're going to allow frame by frame analysis to stop sliding. But it kind of opens the door for, okay, maybe I can just kind of still slide, but not film my solves. And we want to incentivize people filming their solves because that's good for the sport. It's good to see world records. We're lucky that this one is filmed and he's got a cool reaction as well. And I don't know where the actual high quality footage of this is. We just have the stupid clip filming the camera. I'm sure it's somewhere. But if we said, okay, allow frame by frame analysis for timer stops as well, then just less people are going to be uploading their solves. And that's just not good for the sport. And it's, I feel like just 4pad mode is kind of inevitable at this point. And I hope the WCA agrees and makes the change sooner rather than later, before everything gets a little too out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, we've been calling for this for a while. And, maybe with the new executive director, he'll come in and he'll be like, boom, 4pad, easy.
Are you assuming the gender of our future executive director?
They.
There we go.
He, she, or they. They could all do it.
Anyway, talking about the WCA, we had quite a big announcement from them the other day. Firstly, recently they just started advertising the whole executive director thing that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, because that was kind of like hidden a little bit. But now they've made some announcements about that. So we've got some more people chatting about it, which is cool. Exciting to see everybody kind of discovering this. Although we were first to the news at the Millisecond podcast. So I think we need some praise there. Anyway, the announcement we wanted to talk about is continental championships for 2026. So there's 6 WCA continents. Antarctica does not have comps. Although, speaking of Antarctica, I actually saw a comp announcement the other day. It was like a multi-location FMC competition, and Antarctica had a location because I believe Clement Chablanc is working there as like some sort of conservationist stuff. So he's working one of the bases in Antarctica. So one of the locations for the FMC comp is in Antarctica, but since it's multi-location, that won't like be on your profile that you competed in Antarctica. So that's still something to look forward to in the future. Maybe that would happen. But I reckon Clement can claim he's competing in Antarctica. It's just the stats will say otherwise. Anyway, back to the actual continentals we're talking about. Sorry for that tangent there. 6 different continents. North America yet to be announced for the location. I don't think a bid's been put in yet. What was that?
I said eyes emoji.
Oh yeah, eyes emoji. So TBA. So they're not saying that it's not going to happen. It's just still in the works. But the African Championships will be in Cape Town, South Africa, same as last time. The Asian Championships will be in China, in Shenyang.
Huge.
And the Netherlands will host European Championships, which we already knew about. That's in Arnhem. And shout out Auckland, my current home city, but not for much longer. We've got the Oceanic Championships. The first time that's been in New Zealand. It's been in Australia the last 2 years. And then Bogota, Colombia has the South American championship. So what are your thoughts on this straight up, Dylan?
Well, okay. Overall, I think the locations of all these is actually amazing. I'm super hyped for Asians in China because I think you're gonna get the highest quality competition there. And I mean, yeah, this is the first time we've had a really big major in China since we've seen the shift in like how they approach cubing over there. And I think it's just really cool that like the biggest area there is getting the major. On top of that, Netherlands, super, super dope. We kind of already knew a little bit about the major there, and yeah, you can go camping outside. I'm gonna go. I
Yeah,
need
I'll
to
be
go.
there. Bro,
It's
we
gonna be
gotta
so
get
sick.
we gotta get a tent. We gotta
Yeah,
get the Millisecond tent.
the Millisecond tent, the Speakeasy TV tent. Yeah, we'll get a
And we
sponsor on
record
the
an
side.
episode in the
Oh,
tent.
wait, you're actually cooking. Wait. That would be so lit.
Or like around a campfire or something.
Okay, you got it. We gotta follow up on this.
Okay, yeah.
Colombia is pretty cool. I didn't really know that much about it, but yeah, you said you had some interesting thoughts about the fact that it's in there.
Yeah, so what a lot of people don't realize is how many competitions Colombia has. I believe from just country stats, they have like the second or third most competitions yearly in the world, just behind like the US and Poland, I believe. And in Bogota alone, from a little bit of searching, Bogota has the most yearly comps out of any city in the world. So far this year, they've had 39 competitions. In 2024, they had 52. And in 2023, they had 32. And if you look at the competitors that have competed the most, in number 2 and number 3 spot, they're both Colombian competitors with 341 and 330 competitions total. So Bogota are cooking. It's if you want to go to the most comps you can, you got to move to Bogota, Colombia. Apparently,
I'm going.
I've heard some cool things about the city. So I would love to make it to this one. I don't think I will. I'm not sure on the proposed dates. Actually, I don't think I checked that. But that's a really cool announcement. Interestingly, for South American, there was 2 other locations. I believe Bolivia and Chile also applied, and in the Asian region, we also had another location in China apply, and then also Mongolia. So it's interesting to see a country. I guess there's so many different organization teams within China. They're not all working together. So that's probably why we saw 2 different bids. I'm just really happy to see that there's people in China still happy to put in the work for these big WCA events, because we've seen the rise of quote unquote unofficial competitions in China. They're using different websites, stuff like that. Recently, a friend sent me a comp that had 1,000 competitors in China, not WCA competition. And there's so much money in speedcubing in China. I was kind of worried that all of the organizers would kind of be just doing these events where they're allowed to make a profit, because it's absurd that there's so many people in the WCA willing to put hundreds and thousands of hours into these big events. So it's great to see that there's still people in China willing to volunteer their time to put on these big events when they could probably do it outside of the WCA and make some money. So shout out to the teams in China and the whole of the world. None of these people, none of these teams that have been put together to organize these continental championships are making a single dime of profit. They're all just doing it for the love of the game. So shout out. I love the game, but I do not love the game that much.
I lost the game. Shoot. sorry. No, I respect
Do you have
it.
anything else to say?
I respect it. I mean, obviously, I have never done anything to this scale. I agree with what you're saying. Like the fact that China still has some value. It seems like in the WCA specifically is really cool. Honestly, if China wanted to, they could start their own organization, and it would probably rival the WCA as a whole. Like that's just
Yeah.
where the most cubers are. On the topic of like 1,000 competitors at the competition, just from what I understand, a lot of competitions are held by cubing schools over there. So it's kind of like your field day where like everyone kind of goes and has to do their like school assigned assignments out in front for people. And it's like hey guys, so you did your class and like this is your final, and like you just show up to the comp and like you kind of have a good time and it's a vibe and whatever. So on that note, I mean I think stuff like that would be cool to have in the States too, but I mean from my understanding that's how it works. I could be completely wrong.
A bit of a different vibe to like a actual WCA competition, but it's cool to see what they're doing over there, and I think it's a big concern that as you said, they kind of build their own organization and do stuff outside of the WCA. So I think one of the big jobs for that executive officer is to work closely with those like kind of key players, key organizers in China, and kind of keep that kind of friendly connection going on.
I will say, just from my perspective, China would be entirely within their right to make their own organization. Like,
oh yeah,
there would be no problem with that, like at all. Honestly, I mean, maybe I'm getting crazy here. I think competition makes things better, right? If there's an organization in China that's doing things, you know, expediently, and staff are being paid over there, judges are being paid in China, and like that's the thing that pushes for change in unnamed other organization, by all means, you know, I don't see a problem with it. Competition's good.
Yeah, I think you're definitely right there, but they're fully in their right to kind of do their own sort of thing if they feel like the WCA are lagging behind. And given like the growth in China, it's just gone like that in the last year. It's in the red because China red means up in stocks, apparently. I learned that recently.
Yeah, that is very weird.
They need to be on top of it because cubing, what did we say a couple of weeks ago? Cubing's now like a mandatory club that needs to be had at a bunch of schools in one of the regions or something.
Yep.
Something crazy like that. Cubing's in most schools in China, from what I've heard, and a volunteer organization, or currently almost entirely volunteer organization, is just not going to be able to keep up with that kind of growth. So hopefully the WCA can. I think it's better for the sport of speed cubing if we have like one database and one place that we see everything. Because if we start seeing like the China world records, that kind of seems a bit weird, or the non-China world records with the WCA, that's a little bit odd. But competition is good, and it definitely expedites things. So I'm excited to see what happens there. But continental wise, I don't know which ones I'm going to yet. I'll definitely be going to the Oceanic Championships, which you should come to, Dylan. You should come all the way to Auckland.
You're such a shill, dude.
Yeah, it's Auckland, bro. It's a great city, great part of the world. You can kind of tie it in with some competitions in Australia. We'll have a great time. We could do a road trip. It's the summer as well. You can get away from winter and come to summer.
Ooh.
You know, I know that the South of America be freezing, pipes be freezing in the winter, so you can avoid that.
Well, California has amazing weather, so I'm not concerned. But no, I'll try. I would love to make it out. I haven't been to Oceania at all, so I mean, it'd be cool.
Oh, you didn't come to Worlds in 19?
No, dude, no.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you got to make it out there. I'll be almost definitely going to Euros, so we've got to confirm some things with like uni and stuff like that. But I love the Netherlands. I think it's an absolutely wonderful country. You and I are both a little bit of train nerds and urban design nerds and stuff like that. So I'm sure we'll have some fun.
It was literally my degrry, bro. It was literally my degree. Like, I mean, I didn't fit it to the degree, but the Netherlands is like actually peak urban planning, and I visited Belgium for a little bit, and I got a taste of it when I was there because I was on the Dutch side. But yeah, I would love to make it out to the Netherlands. And honestly, dude, living in a tent, oh, amazing. I can't wait for like the communal marshmallow bonfire nights outside the convention center, bro. That's gonna be so lit. That's gonna be so good.
Okay, well, we got to start planning this. Yo, my parents, they've got massive tents. That we've got like this massive tent with like different rooms. I gotta bring that out to the Netherlands. And we could
Yo,
probably fit like 10 people in that tent. There's like a little kitchen area. We could be cooking up some snags on the barbecue in the morning. That
on
would
the
be great.
Bobby.
On the Barbie. That'll be some fun times. I think that's it. All we've got for Continentals. If you want some more information, you can check the WCA post and you can read all of the bids the different teams put on. Just want to shout out the Auckland team. They made an absolutely amazing bid. It looks so much better than everybody else's bid. Not biased whatsoever. But it's also annoying because I'm going to be living in Australia when Continentals is in New Zealand. But I'm still going to go, but a little bit weird.
Here's where we would put the inspection segment of our podcast. However, we didn't get many submissions. And so if you are somebody, as Mills said last week, we're keen on finding somebody who's maybe a little bit earlier in their cubing journey. We love that we have some faster people in the audience, but if you average like around that, like teens, maybe 20-second, anything above that range, like we would love to take a look at your solves just to get more diverse advice to people of all skill levels. So check that out. But in absence of that, I had a competition and Mills also had a competition, and we were discussing previously, and we both ended up on tilt at the competition. So how did your round go? What kind of went down for you, and do you have any thoughts on how to deal with it?
Yeah, I think so I had a 2-day competition and all the 3x3 rounds were like on the Sunday. And the Saturday, like I started off the morning like kind of okay. And then like after that, I had like a 5x5 round where I had like a PR potential and I kind of bombed the last solve. And then like kind of like bombed like a 2x2 round, which is something I've actually been practicing recently because I've been finding it really fun.
Ooh.
And for some reason, I was just like on edge and I was kind of just getting annoyed at mistakes I was making, even events like not 3x3 that I don't really care about. And I just, every round, I kept on like kind of getting myself into a good position and then choking because I was like getting a little bit tilted. And I kind of ended that day like pretty poorly. So like the next day, I still did bad because I was like making stupid decisions on 3x3. But I think I just kind of took time, like whenever I had a bad round, to just be like, all right, that's behind me. Let's just like go outside, have some water, have a little bit of food, experience fresh air, touch some grass, and kind of like take a deep breath. Because it's so easy, like in these venues, they get a little bit hot, they get a bit stuffy, and you kind of just get in your head, like you go round after round after round, and just like you're stuck in like a rhythm of tilt.
Yeah.
So you kind of just need to like stop it, like put a brick wall in front of you and kind of leave and come back with like a fresh mental outlook on your round. I think I was taking a lot of rounds just too seriously, even for events like not 3x3.
Mm-hmm.
And I just needed to just be like, you know what? It's just chill. I'm just solving Rubik's cubes. I'm just having fun.
Yeah,
so I think that was kind of my takeaway from my crashing out at comps. What was your Rocky Champs like?
Well, I mean, I was pretty geeked after day one because I had I got 5x5 PR, or day two I got 5x5 PR, mega PR, and then I still had another day of 3x3 after that. And so I ended the day feeling pretty good. Round one wasn't great. I don't know what it was, dude. It's like I was making really silly, stupid errors, and scrams felt really good in the second round, and I just ended up throwing. That one wasn't too bad, but in the head-to-head final, I started off with a 6.4, and I started with a 7.3 or something, and I was just like, dude, like, what is going on? Like, it's like you get off on a bad start, and normally it's like, okay, that's behind me, but no, I just like obsessed over it, and then I was just like, I don't know what it was. I was just on edge that day. But something that helped me, after round two, when I was pretty upset of like having a pretty decent start, like 5-3 after solve 2, I went outside and there was kind of like this like slab of concrete, like typical American infrastructure, but slab of concrete, like where you get into the parking garage, and I just like laid down on that and like basking in the sun, and I was just listening to music, and I did that for like 20 minutes. I went on a little walk. I walked like 30 minutes to Popeyes and then 30 minutes back from Popeyes. I don't know, like you said, kind of just get some fresh air, kind of get out of the rhythm of, competing in the venue and everything. And that helped out a bit, I guess. I think it was just the mood I was in. I just wasn't in a great mood at the competition. But yeah, I think, like you said, just not obsessing over anything that happens, taking it as a learning experience. Like after every round when I did bad, it's just like, okay, this happened, get to work. Like, why was this bad? Can I address this for next time? I didn't end up doing that in that competition, but hopefully I'll have those things cleaned up for nationals coming up.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of crazy how much like my mood affects my solving. If I'm like in a good mood, I'm kind of just vibing, enjoying the comp, my solving is so much better.
Yeah.
And then if I'm like having a comp where I don't know, I'm not feeling great, maybe I didn't get great sleep, and I'm kind of just in like a little bit of a dull mood, my solving's so much worse. And I don't know if it's like that for everyone. It seems like it's like that for you, that your solving is heavily affected by your mood. I'm kind of interested to know other top cubers if mood affects their solving. So I don't really know what you can do for that apart from just try and get yourself in a good mood.
Just
get some
be
good
happy,
sleep,
bro.
Yeah, just be happy, bro.
Don't be sad. Like, what do you mean?
maybe you just need like some little snacks in your bag. Like who's not happy when they're having a couple of chocolates?
Yeah, you're not you when you're hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Snickers sponsor us, please.
please.
This is where a Snickers get some nuts ad would go in the Millisecond podcast.
If you want coaching from a 3-time regional champion winner, that's me. I'm Dylan Miller. We'll help you at any speed. I coach people all the way from like sub 7, even coach a sub 6 guy, all the way up to people I've coached like 55 seconds. So, I'll try to help you out, get as fast as you can. Book a session with me at solvewithdylan.com, and I'll see you there. Coming up, we have NA All-Stars, Cubing, USA, Rubik's, whatever you want to call it. We already went through all of that. That's coming up this weekend, man. This freaking weekend. And it's going to be live streamed on Speedcubing TV, the ESPN of Speedcubing. Super geeked. I'm really excited. I'm pretty busy leading up to it, but do you have any thoughts or anything that we haven't mentioned yet about nationals?
Yeah, I mean, it just excitement. I'm going to watch quite a lot of the stream, not all of it. I'm running a half marathon when the stream is on. I'm running a half marathon this Sunday with no training, so that's going to kind of kill me. But then I'm going to recover from the half marathon by watching All Stars. That's the plan. I'm so excited to watch. I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to watch Speedcubing, and it's going to be so much fun. Watch everybody compete on Speedcubing TV. I know we got a good commentary team behind it. Our good mate of the podcast, Manu, he's been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes on the commentary side. Sad I'm not there on a mic, but I'll enjoy myself here behind a screen watching everything. How are you feeling going into 3x3 at this competition?
I don't know, man. I feel fine, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of still riding that high from Worlds where I feel a little bit more self-assured than I did previously. I didn't do great at Rockies, which is a little, shaky ground to kind of jump off of going into All-Stars. But I was talking to Jacob Noakes, and he was saying, like, dude, you're global. Like, it does not matter. Like, your global is this. You can mess up and like still do fine. So I got like a 6-1 average in round 1, and I was just like bad, annoying. And it's like, even with silly mistakes, like 6-1, like please, knock on wood, should make finals, bro. Like, so as long as I get myself in a position to actually contend for something, which is just make finals, I mean, I'll be happy. Because it's super high variance. It's really volatile to get there in finals. And I mean, obviously, like, I did look at the stats a little bit. I saw that there was like a little 3% chance Dylan Miller wins, So that's in the back of my head. I am cautiously optimistic, and maybe day of I'll be confident. Who knows? My sister is going to try to make it out to the competition, so that'll be cool. I'm going to have some family in the crowd. She lives not too far from there, so She'll be there the last day, so I'll try to make finals and give her and her boyfriend like a VIP spot or something. I don't know.
I think one of the things interesting with 3x3 at this competition is to make obviously you had to be top 32 to qualify. To make second round, you have to make top 16, and to make finals, you have to be top 8. So there's so much more pressure to be solid throughout. Like top 16, I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe like a 6.6 average, 6.8 average. Obviously avoiding a number there.
I see you did there.
And then, yeah, like finals, depending on the scramble set, could be sub 6, could be low 6, because it's only top 8. Most of the time at these big competitions, we've got top 16, even top 20. They've done at most like nationals or NACs. So top 8 is so tight. And if you just start with like a 6.5 or something, there's so much more pressure. So I think it's going to be interesting seeing like that first round. We could see like a top seed just kind of bomb out from the pressure in the first round. And we may see one of the favorites not even make finals. Just the volatility of average of 5 is coming into play. I got faith in my boy. I think you're going all the way. But I do not envy the pressure from every single round there. I think I would crack under the pressure under the first round and I'd come in like 30th or something. But as we see by the races we do here, you're a much better speed cuber than I am and handle the pressure much better than I do.
You flatter me, Mills. You flatter me.
And you're also competing in Megaminx, right?
Yeah, I do. Like, honestly, have not touched the Megaminx in forever, but popped off this past weekend. The average was crazy. It had a counting 30.
What?
Yeah, counting 30, counting 35, 35, 30. Bro, I don't know, dude. Maybe Dylan Miller, dark horse Megaminx podium, bro. Let's go.
That would be kind of crazy.
That would be
so. Is it just
absolutely wild?
Just 3x3 and Mega you're qualified for?
Yeah, I suck at everything else.
That's kind of valid. I think I was looking at what I would have qualified for, and I think it's just 3x3 and 3x3 one-handed and 4x4. So I wouldn't be doing much. Megaminx is like, I'm okay at Megaminx, but I think it was top 8 to qualify for Megaminx.
Yeah, I think I was like 7,
top
too.
8.
Like it's like 34 average or something like that.
Yeah, I ain't that good, mate. I got one sub 40 average a couple years ago, and I'm like, cool, that's mega arc over. I can put it away.
Dude, you gotta hop
sometimes I like pick it up. I'm a continental. I got a continental podium for Megaminx, so that's my big claim to fame. My only continental podium is 3rd place at Megaminx last year with like a 42 average or something.
Dude,
but, we locked in.
Oh man, it's so wild hearing that. I hate America, dude. It's so stacked over here. It's so annoying. But I'm happy that you have your continental podium.
Thank you. It was my proudest accomplishment. I went to that competition like, yeah, I'm gonna win 3x3 or podium in one-handed, and then I walked away with 3rd in Megaminx. So I guess it's kind of a consolation prize there.
You're not most proud of rescramble champion?
Maybe. Although it took me a long time. Many people may not know, and maybe I shouldn't mention this. I used to be known as Chris Rescramble Mills. Because
I love that.
Back in 2018, that was like my only claim to fame was the rescramble stuff. And I only ended up getting 3rd that year. But I was like one of the favorites going into the finals. And in the qualifier in London, they had this like non-Cuba guy like emceeing at the comp. And it was pretty funny because we were not used to that. And he was like commentating like mid-solves and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And when it was the final head-to-head round in the qualifier, he's announcing everybody and he's got, all right, and your first seed, trying to get a ticket to Boston, Chris Rescramble Mills.
Dude,
and so it took me so long to like, I don't know, like a marketing like I had to think like, how do I get rid of the rescramble name? Mayonix just pulled this
Jamie,
up.
pull that up. Jamie, pull that up.
This is me getting the quote unquote world record back in 2018. And this, like, I didn't have national records at this point, so this was like how people started learning about me and who I was. And then I didn't end up winning until 2020. And then I managed to get rid of the rescramble name after that. But we made a lot of money from rescramble actually. Over 3 Red Bull World Cups, I got a third, a first, and a second. That was $7,500 in prize money,
Bro.
just from rescramble. And now it's like very rarely at competitions, people are like, "Yo, can you still do that?" And I actually had it the other day. An Auckland competitor was like, "Chris, can you still do rescramble?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I could probably still get sub 30." So he's like, "All right, do it." He gives me 2 cubes. I start the timer and I get like 29.9. I'm like, I still got it. Still got it.
Chris rescramble Mills. Unk still got it.
Please don't bring it back.
I'm sorry.
Okay? I'm
sorry.
starting to regret this. It's like, I'm not embarrassed by my rescramble art.
Yeah.
I did it because I was on holiday and I realized that probably nobody would be very good at this. And if I locked in before the London qualifier, I could get a free trip to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like never been to America. So I was like, yeah, let's just do that. Let's lock in for the next few weeks. And I made it to America. And then I got some more money out of it as well. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
Your earnings from rescramble absolutely decimate anything I've ever made from cubing. So I more power to you, bro.
Yeah, I think just from rescramble earnings, I have some of like the highest prize earnings in speed cubing.
Yo, and like
I'm probably like top 20 in the world or something for prize winnings.
Dude, that's so fire. I love that for you.
Bring back Red Bull and bring back rescramble. I want to make some more money. Although Tommy like demolished me back in 2021, the last time we had the World Cup, because he was using like reverse blind, which is maybe a better method than like CFOP. So I kind of got cooked there. But it was a fun times. I did not expect to be talking about rescramble in this episode, but hey ho, it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
And I actually, if any, no, Matt, no, put it away.
Yes, Jamie.
No.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna wrap that up there. We gotta do our race. It's redemption time. I'm 5-0. I've not done a single solve today, and you just said you got like PB average of 1,000. So I think I might be cooked. But let's do that race. You're not going down, most likely.
No, you gotta have confidence. Where's that?
Okay, I have fun. Yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go.
As you all probably know by now, I am a speed cubing coach, and that involves a whole bunch of things. We can look at your turning, we can look at your solutions, and we can also look at your competition performance. If you're someone that struggles with their nerves and performing under pressure, we all do, but I've managed to handle that in some high pressure situations like rescramble finals, apparently. So if you want some tips on competition performance, as well as a whole load of other stuff, go to millscubing.com and book a session with me, and I look forward to working with you.
All right, you guys ready?
All right, Matt. Hit us with that countdown.
All right. 3, 2, 1, inspect.
What the?
8 seconds. 12, 3, 2, 1, go.
No!
Oh, did I get it? I got 508.
Oh, I got 465.
No! Did you
I'm
get
sorry.
YPerm?
No, I got LZB.
Bro, that scramble was
Dude,
so
I think that's actually.
hurt.
I think I actually got like sub 4. Like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Mate,
13, 14,
my
15.
solution is so much better than that. I just choked the YPerm. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 move F to L.
Oh, my whole solution was 39 moves.
And then I got this into YPerm Oh, I thought I had it, bro. I got 508. I cooked with the solution. My turning wasn't there.
Yeah, it's okay. You didn't do any solves
Ah!
today. I've been Cuban today. Although my execution was
can't-
really, really bad.
Bro, my solution. My solution was like, I was so geeked. I planned first 3, and then I went straight into the 3 move of third pair.
Dude, I found alternate last 2 pairs where it's pseudo last 2 pairs, and then it gives OLL skip R perm. So you hit this, boom, skip R perm. Hold up, wait,
Man.
He's cooking.
Damn, I'm tilted. I'm tilted now.
No, dude, we just talked
I gotta-
about this.
I gotta go outside and touch some grass. That was a fun race.
Yeah.
That scramble was kind of crazy. Try that scramble at home. See if you can get, what was your solution? 39 moves. My
Yeah.
F2L was 12 moves, but then I had a Y perm, so I got a little bit unlucky there. So see what you guys can find on that. Pretty crazy scramble. I'm sure one of you guys will be able to get like a sub 4 on that or something kind of crazy, because we both kind of choked it a little bit. But I'm honestly 508 first solve of the day. I'm kind of stoked with that. Less stoked that I still lost 6 in a row.
Hey man, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, it happens. It happens.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. Good lucks to you, Dylan Miller, at the US Nationals Cubing USA Rubik's All-Stars 2025 in Rhode Island later this week. And Matt is still trolling me with this rescramble mill stuff. I am regretting bringing that back up.
Oh, it's good.
But Loki, I kind of want to do some rescramble attempts after this
in his
recording.
blood, dude. He can't get rid of it.
It took me so long to get rid of it. Get rid of the name, get rid of the urge. And now I have the urge to do some solves again.
Bro's a recovering rescramble addict. I'm dead, dude.
All right. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. Make sure to watch the All-Stars this weekend, US Nationals on Speedcubing TV. You will not see me, but you'll see Dylan on stream, and you'll see a lot of the other Speedcubing TV guys commentating. So it will be a great time. And unfortunately, we will not see you next week because I am in the middle of nowhere in like Samoa when we usually record. But we'll be back the week after to kind of give you the rundown on US Nationals and how it all went. So thank you, Dylan. I'll see you in a couple weeks, and best of luck at your competition.
Thank you. Best of luck at your competitions.
Thank you.